Hello, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Daniel Herrera, and I'm here to talk to you about my dispositions, my professional dispositions to be exact, that I possess throughout my educational career. As of right now, I'm a professional educator, and I continue to and aspire to be an educator. So if I look back here, I have my questions and a little bit of notes to get me through this conversation. What dispositions do you possess that make you a successful teacher? I believe one of my strongest dispositions is the belief that all students learn. Believing in your students and helping them and guiding them, making them believe in their education, making them strive for something greater than just the bare minimum, right? One thing is I try to hold high yet realistic expectations. It has to be realistic, because if you set something way too high, the student will not want to learn. And if you set an expectation, let's say it's right here, right? They meet that, set another one right here, because those are building blocks, right? You are able to achieve greater things when you keep setting these expectations for your students. I also look ways to support them academically, but as well as emotionally, right? Because students don't do many things. You don't know what they're going through, they don't know what you're going through as a teacher yourself. So you're able to help your students feel comfortable and safe in the area they are learning. It's always a benefit to the students, but as well as yourself, because they are going to be happy being there. They're going to be happy wanting to learn. Next, let's go to, I have another one. I want to talk about this. Alright, I also deeply committed to fairness, integrity, and ethical behavior, right? I strive to be consistent in how I treat my students, uphold confidentiality, and model behaviors I want to see from my learners. What's that mean, right? Is be that role model, right? You're not going to tell students, hey, stop lying, but yeah, you're a liar. That doesn't make sense, right? Or tell students to do well in education, but yeah, you're just not educated yourself. Who's really gonna want to learn from that, right? So these things do help students learn. Students are smart; they're able to see these things. So that's my second one. I also try to bring a sense of professional warmth and genuine care into the classroom. Me as a teacher, I care. I'm there to show them love, show them a caring environment, and I make them feel comfortable, as we spend the majority of the year with these students. So you don't want the students to feel uncomfortable in your classroom. They don't want to feel bullied in your classroom. You want to have them feel comfortable where they want to keep coming back to school. Let's go to question number 2. Okay, what dispositions do you need to work on to grow as an educator? So myself as a teacher, right? One area I can grow in actively promoting social justice and equity. In an all-inclusive classroom, right? Having and learning some experience these students have gone through. That was one of my main things when into education stuff. Is I grew up and been around a lot of people that are similar to my cultural background, right? I have been with other students from different cultures, but teaching to a student from a different culture is quite different than being alongside as a colleague, as a classmate, right? So one thing is be open-minded. Be open-minded to what you see. Be comfortable asking questions, and if they don't want to answer the question, don't force them to answer, because you don't know what these students go through. Another area is self-reflection. I do reflect a lot on what I do with my teaching. What can I do better? How can this lesson go better? How can I talk to the student maybe a little bit different to be better, right? Just setting this time aside, maybe even taking notes, like, I did good at this, I did that at this, right? These are all things that can be worked on just by self-reflecting. Talking to yourself, I know that sounds kind of weird, but you do want to talk to yourself and figure out what is going on with that situation, right? Number 3. What does a professional educator look like and how do they behave? What standards guides their thinking and actions? That is actually a really good question. To me, a professional educator is someone who is reflective, ethical, respectful, and committed to student success, right? As a teacher, I'm a lifelong learner. I want to continue to learn, how do I better myself? How do I better my education? How do I better my teaching? How do I strive to be the best person I can be, right? It's a lifelong learner. We got to continue to learn. Also, a person that shows respect and grants kindness, to be quite honest. And lastly, a person that loves to teach. I feel like you can't be a teacher if you don't love what you do. I mean, it's nearly impossible. But that is my video. I believe being a great educator is a journey and a consistent learning and self-awareness. I'm proud of the dispositions I bring into the classroom. I'm excited to keep growing as a teacher myself. As like I said, I'm a lifelong learner. We got to continue to learn to be great. Thank you for watching.